Sorry I'm late, and sorry I am not yet. I didn't have the tracker on. There we go. So I think it's time for the ancients to show us their greatest contribution. That's right. We're back in Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, look. Currently temporarily tall and brooding. Over here is just leaning back. What does Hypnodeus have to say? Never before had I dreamed of Dynamis or Endwalker. I can only assume the Elpis flower was submitted to the Bureau before I joined. Their greatest contribution, Emmett Selk, appears to be deep in thought. Not that I or anyone else would be able to make use of it even if we knew. But it irks me to discover there is an entirely different form of energy, and no one told me. That personal annoyance aside, Hermes' knowledge is undeniably impressive. Given that there are none among the 14 who specialize in the Celestial, he would be a welcome addition. Assuming he can be persuaded to join, that is. I still can't understand his hesitation. Why did you join the convocation? Oh, you wish to know why Emmett Selk was chosen for the convocation? I would be glad to share the tale. It began when... Not another word. Lest you've forgotten, we're here to learn about Hermes, not me. My misspent youth is not your concern. Oh yeah, I have BGM off. And like you know, we're friends in Finnis. Wow, someone forgot to put on the outfit. My apologies for the wait. I've inspected the Empolos to my satisfaction. All is well with the creature, and I dare say it won't be long ere it is released unto the world. Another creation, however, reportedly isn't faring so well. The Charybdis. That is what we shall tend to next. Now if you would follow me, my friends, we shall return to the main isle and head north. Troubled observer. Ah! Oh, forgive me, I thought another member of the convocation had come. This is turning out to be an eventful day. Why is this one blue and shiny? A serpentine bird, or a winged snake? There is a slight difference in the etheric balance between these Charybdises. By this, it may be assumed they aren't the original creations, but their offspring. I understand there's a problem with one of the Charybdis. Yes, that's right. As you know, the Charybdis is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it is capable of flight. These specimens created from the concept could all fly without issue. But a problem arose in subsequent generations. This third generation creature was born with an etheric balance leaning strongly towards water. Its aquatic origin reasserting itself, it would seem. The result being its affinity to wind is diminished and it cannot fly. No matter what we try, we cannot get it to rise even the slightest bit. For such change to manifest in so few generations, I fear they are too unstable, flawed. With your permission, I will revert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. If its etheric balance leading towards water, the Charybdis would indeed struggle to manipulate wind. Yet it is too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate wind until it finds its wings. What? You needn't go to such lengths. You don't know? Oh, thanks for the follow. One moment whilst I change something in my overlay because it's not lined up. Fixed. You don't know? But of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of ether to construct another body around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Yet convenient though it may be, transforming in the presence of others is considered vainglorious in the extreme. As uncouth and unseemly as running about robeless, shameful. Am I to understand you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort, it's just that when transformed I can wield the wind and fly. It may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do all in our power. Be that as it may... Yes, I believe I have a solution. Emmet, might I trouble you to move that Charybdis away from its fellows? Somewhere out of sight. Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assure you. But I would but spare you the need to report to your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. So have a little faith and run along. A little faith and run along. I trust you don't mind. Sure. This is such bother when we could simply begin anew. But I shall defer to the chief overseer. We must help the Charybdis to fly, or else they all will die. They will all die. Hyphodeus is a man of ideas. I wonder what he has thought of this time. Emmet is out of sight? Good. Let's speak of the plan. Stroke of genius, really. We have Emmet train the Charybdis. Huh? Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see aether currents. And with his adept spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. While he is indeed capable of all you described, it's not his duty. I am loath to trouble him with it. Don't be. As I mentioned, it would also be for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. Knazy, I want you to go to Emmet Selk. Tell him you have a favor to ask. He will be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. Off you go now, and good luck. In type with chat mode and say, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to enter any phrase containing the words "I have a favor to ask." To indicate to Emet-Selch you have a request. Where is he? Well, are your preparations for that scheme that is clearly not a scheme complete? A favor to ask of you. Oh, no, you don't. I'm not lifting a finger. I don't know what Hyphodeus is up to, but I will not be made to know. I refuse. If Hyphodeus is to be believed, relentless insistence may serve to wear down the ever-weary Emet-Selch. With chat mode and say, yes. Please, Emet-Selch.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emet-Selch. Please teach her to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
Ooh.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Well, Emmett, will you do it?
Please, Emet-Selch. Please.
Would you want her to cry? Don't make me young cry.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last.
What, pray tell, is your boneheaded idea? A mount.
I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we?
Of course. It'll be fun to watch.
You were wondering why Emet-Selch joined the convocation. Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was. On the strength of my ability to see ether. But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even. Quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so. What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emmett Selk has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree.
I speak from experience.
If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand.
Oh?
Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend.
Asum?
A singular soul who can't help but involve himself in the business of others. Where he walks, excitement is certain to follow. His
Asum.
antics irritate Emmett Selk to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern. When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents. And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine, and together we may return to the star. Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
I cannot tell you because, well, spoilers.
Well done, my pet. Well done.
Huh? The Charybdis is actually flying.
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emmett Selk? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
Of course. Of course. It's fine. It's really it's fine. See, we're born to do so. Thank goodness. Can I target? Nope. Wave. Emerging from his reverie, Emmett Selk notices you and begins to descend from the Charybdis. I have no words to express my gratitude. Thanks to you, the Charybdis has learned to fly. And Canadian and I could relax and have a pleasant chat. I'm sure you did. The creature needed some small assistance at first, but soon it was flying more or less on its own. I doubt you will need to repeat the lesson. It was truly impressive. I witnessed it all from afar. The Charybdis flies! Indeed. With this, we've proven that even a creature with skewed etheric balance is capable of flight. Though we hoped to achieve this, the Charybdis is a herd animal. They may well aid their struggling kin in like fashion if and when the need arises. Keeping this in mind, I bid you continue observing them. If that is what you want. But if I may so, rather than hoping an idealistic possibility comes to pass, would it not be simpler to have the concept adjusted? That way we could guarantee that anomalies such as this specimen are never born in the first place. These creatures are already here. We will spare no effort in giving them a chance to survive. As you wish, Chief. As you wish. Come now. Oh. Hermes. I'm fine, don't worry. I'm fine, don't worry. Well, that concludes all of my present tasks. Let us return to Anagnoresis for now. Speaking of which, where are Vana and... All the creations are happy. That makes me happy too. Now you've seen what I do. Was it everything you were expecting? And more, Hermes. And more. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. At the end, most of all. What? Want to apologize for forcing me to help, do you? Save your breath. You didn't force me to do anything. I merely chose the most expeditious way to have done with an impediment to our business. Classic Emmett. Classic Emmett. Moko Gaskins of the Falling Dragon. I'm tired. Leave me be. Ether to ether. Something seems to be weighing on Hermes' mind. Tell me, Knazy, in the course of watching me, have you learned aught of value? Dynamis. Dynamis seemed promising. Dynamis, you say? Curious that such an obscure phenomenon should be of interest to you. Chief Hermes, what good fortune to find you here. Is something the matter? The Lycaon. I'm afraid it's done it again. No sooner did we release one for observation than it set upon the nearby occupities, slaughtering them. Was the creature hungry, or somehow provoked? I had just fed them myself, and the occupities were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the Lycaon that is to blame. Their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is an outstanding creation, perfect in form and function. Though it may not be suited for release, I have no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where's the scene of the incident? Just off the path to the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doros is still there, however. Hermes, wait! If it's part of his work, then I would observe. Follow. Typical. Wait, that means I can out. $595. $507. 483 arms west. 480 arms west. It's upstairs, isn't it? Please tell me it is on this island. Yep, it's on that island. Good to know that it's not accessible. Freeze. Entrance. A fearsome beast is Lycaon. Where is it now? The Occupant is no easy prey. With its hooves and horns, it was designed to be formidable even on land. Yet it didn't stand a chance against Lycaon. It's heavy. Hermes is pain. The lacerations and burns are unmistakable. Lycaon was indeed responsible. But the creature is nowhere to be seen. Doros must have taken it away. The man makes his base at the 12 Wonders. I shall go and seek him out there. Emetzelk and I will search the area for good measure, just to make sure the Lycaon didn't escape. My thanks. Let us meet at the 12 Wonders when you have finished. I will go on ahead. Please follow with Kinesi. Come, it's down this path and over the bridge. Oh, there's a name for it. One moment. This needs the grapes. Or as I know it, a griffin. There it is, the 12 Wonders. Hermes is looking for Doros. Let's look for Doros too. He's a man with long blonde hair, I think. I'll know him when I see him. What an enchanting familiar. I would be delighted to assist in your little journey in discovery and personal growth. Oh, that's the okay, I found the information NPC already. You did marvelously in flight training today. Very well done indeed. Surrounded by such wonders, one cannot help but envision new concepts. Not all of them good, mind you. Given its body weight and the effort it requires to remain airborne. If you're with Meteon, then I assume you're on an errand for Hermes. What can I do for you? Sorry, wrong person. We're looking for Doros. Ah, I see. We do have similar hair, so people often mistake us from afar. I hope you'll find him soon. Once I get back and record today's results, should finally be able to put that report to bed. Not Doros, his hair is long, but the color is wrong. I have so enjoyed the time I spent with the Alirol. If only all 4 creations were so sweet. This must be him. Doros, that's Doros! Well now, if it isn't Meteon, what brings you here? I thought I heard familiar voices. Didn't realize you two had decided to help me search for Doros. Thank you. You're welcome. You're in charge of Lycaonis, I believe. Where are they now? Out in the field in restraints. Frenzied as they were, I couldn't well return to Catesis. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. It's as he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. No wonder 14. What brings you here? Nothing you need to concern yourself with, as you were. Well, you heard the news. That a Lycaon was sort of occupied. Thetis, as the observer in charge, you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released. I am. Their abnormal aggression and exceptional strength makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released. A Chironess would threaten other specimens and species and upset the natural order. Could it be that these specimens observed are an outlier? Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them and all exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos? A memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase and alter memories. And we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive and potentially dangerous. Depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions, Pastrod may wish to have words with you. Rest assured I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent its misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but it's still preferable to execution. Come now, Chief. Let's not be so melodramatic. What was born of Ether is simply being reduced to its original state. I know the distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture. Making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied, or even with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. Tis all for the greater good. The greater good. And none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things, I do, but I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat unto the world. Yet insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all the Lycaons have. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you a full report, and we may take it from there. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion, that Emmett Selk may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray show them to the meeting room. Look at her. She has the... We have a duty to the star, this I know. But it doesn't mean we also don't have a responsibility to the lives we bring into existence here. To man, other beings are just things, to be used and controlled like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. Oh no, I can see the depression. I can hear the depression in her. One moment. Oh, I see a blue quest. A sentimental gift. You needn't be an Enteleki to feel the weight bearing down on Hermes. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time... Meteon, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes, it's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Kinesi. Loath am I to impose. May I leave Meteon in your care again? I am in your debt, if you'll excuse me. Meteon, can you help me with something, Kinesi? The meeting will make Hermes sad, and I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most. Of all the creations in Elpis, most creations are expected to be interesting or beautiful or strong. Better in some way. But flowers are different. They are designed to suit our emotions. What we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. We can't make flowers, and so I'll search for one. And I want you to search with me. Let's start here at the 12 Wonders. Vibrant purple flowers bigger than your hands adorn the tree. So big and bright, I love them. They may be too bright. You have to think of the recipient, that's what Hermes said. A tall, slender tree rises before you. You crane your neck to look for flowers. No flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far. A flower bed. Ah, thanks. An array of beautiful flowers grow in the bed. Their mix of colors forming a pattern. These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine though. Let's keep looking. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's a kid trap. Yeah. Sat on a tall, thin stalk, this oddly shaped flower is mesmerizing in its undulations. A cornelian! A flower that can move! When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good, Canadian, at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. A junction. Uh-oh, more bull. You spy nothing promising nearby. Or Marlborough, yeah. At best, common-looking grasses with a few tiny flowers. Nothing around here. Ah! Look over there, Knazzy. Something big, huge. Malodorous grass. The terrible stench reminiscent of sodden old boots pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the marble-like creature before you. Oh, that's an Adonis. The things around its mouth look like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Nancy? Should you like it? I'd rather not go near that thing. So not this one either. Finding a good flower, it's harder than I thought. Sorry, Nancy, can we search a little more? Maybe as far as the fields over there. I'll pick something after that, I promise. I have a feeling I know what flower we're gonna pick. Oh, look, there it is. Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins. Okay, you little shit. Ah, there's nothing. There's anything over there. What could it be? One moment, Meteon. There's something I need to show you that I always have a look at whenever I'm in a new area. This is what's called an ether current. Elpis flowers. Oh, Elpis flowers, they're here too. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're enteleckies. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes though. For others, they're always white and bright. Truly. Flower was dark in your home? And you have it too. A dark emotion. I dare say I have a few. You don't have to say it. I can feel it's something you want to hide. Won't you lend it to me? The darkness inside of you? I want you to make the flower dark in front of Hermes. He hasn't been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't there alone. That others are sad too. You can count on me. You'll do it. Issue is, the flower did turn to ash. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you. It means more to me than I can say. Okay. Back to town. $374 north. That's on the island already. Gilos. Look at. My, what familiar essence you have, like that of a familiar, if you're familiar with the concept. Oh, just my little joke. Canadian said, I'm Hippotoi. Oh, yeah. Look, I'm doing the side quests before I finish this one. Cut your muling. Oh, don't tell me I need to beat the shit out of these. There we go. She seems quite content. In the name of science, what were the results? So I expect. Well done, little one. Let's actually go to the recess to get the other one. Sockley's. Touring Aragnoresis, Part 1. Welcome, friend, to Aragnoresis. I am Socles, and I manage this region under the authority of Chief Hermes. Soul-bearing familiar. Shamiel. Okay, let me just do the escort quest. Let's go south to north. Nikias. Ah, Charmion. Oh, and who is your friend? Asm's familiar. Why, you appear so astute and deliberate in your thinking. I should very much like to make an extended study of your composition and consciousness. Oh, do forgive my forwardness. It is my duty to chart the behavior of familiars, and I find it ever so diverting. Arcane servants are rarely permitted to roam the world at will, you see. But our research here is given special dispensation. Once the subjects are properly registered as concepts, of course. There are times when familiars are tasked with tending cattle, or must otherwise coexist with other living beings. Such projects are brought to me, and I am responsible for observing and evaluating their potential compatibilities. Of course, if Azam might grant us permission, then you could abide here for a few years while I analyze. And on that note, we really must be moving along. Step lively, Knezi. Paramonos. Who do we have here? Familiar of some kind, judging by your ethereal structure? Yes, I am accompanying Gnesi here on a tour around Anagnoresis, at the behest of the Overseer. That's all. Feel free to wander as you please, of course, but I advise keeping your distance from the larger creatures. The fauna I have under observation occupy the top tier of the food chain, and do not take kindly to intruders in their territory, especially the specimens found on the other islands. They can be exceedingly hostile. While I am sure you are capable of defending yourself, no one appreciates a surprise tusk through the abdomen, eh? Thank you for the warning. We will proceed with due caution. Blessed. Hello, Charmion, was it? Was there something? The Overseer asked that I give this familiar a tour of the grounds. I thought the best way to do it was to show him what we do here firsthand. I see. Well, as my work is rather difficult to demonstrate, I hope a brief explanation will suffice. Our creations come many and varied, but I mainly preside over the plant life. When it comes to watching certain grasses grow, one must be prepared to observe over the course of several years, and in the case of trees, sometimes decades. Tedious, perhaps, yet necessary. Plants are capable of altering an entire habitat, and their presence as a food source is an enormous influence on the local wildlife. Was that the sort of thing you wished to know? That was perfect, thank you. I think we've covered the main areas of interest. All that left now is to speak with Overseer Socles. There we go. I see you've completed your tour. Almost. We spoke with those in charge of various facets of Anagnoresis, but I thought it would be fitting to end this visit where it began, with you, Overseer Socles. I see. And what is your impression of the work we do here? It requires equal levels of passion and patience. I'm glad we could help further your worldly education. And I am glad to see you enjoyed the experience. At least I hope you did. You are truly a masterpiece of creation. Only a soul-bearing familiar could demonstrate such robust cognitive and cogitative faculties. Were you perhaps been designed to inspire others? I feel something special has been woven into your aura. Well, you have an intriguing presence, to say the least. Please, stay a while and share more of your thoughts with us. Yes, I second this invitation. In all the long years I've resided here, never have I encountered such a unique entity. And one of Azim's, no less. There's a loss and fire and flame. I'll do those off. I'll do the touring ones off stream. Back to the 12 Wonders because we need to speak with Meteon. We kept her waiting long enough. Seems they're still talking. Let's wait until they've finished. Cutscene. Hello, Hermes.
Hermes!
Oh, you were waiting for me.
Yes, we were.
You've finished talking?
Yes. We've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company.
You're welcome.
Salk and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Now? Stones are beautiful. This?
Elpis flowers?
Yes.
Go on. You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you.
Oh, Moskov?
May we talk a moment?
Of course. Guess that's why I'm here. That's what I am here for. Ooh, fireflies. And a hedgehoglet.
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain. They sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear. And it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Nor to miss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration? Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis, or if you only did it at Meteon's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort.
Oh, I could tell you all about suffering.
Lest you misunderstand, I derive no pleasure from your pain. It's just the fact that you are still here in spite of your suffering gives me heart. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life. So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of Dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteon and her sisters.
You fucked up a perfectly. Nah, I'm gonna hold that one for later, when Hermes reveals it to the rest.
Aye, sisters.
Oh, she's got
She has a
siblings.
great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life.
Oh.
As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness.
Be sure to write them down.
It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteon. Let us head back.
All right.
Oh, adorable little. What is it, Meteon? A sentimental gift. Quest complete. And I'm going to run ads now. There we go. Yep, this door has it. Oh, there's people. How are you so lazy to just not hold the book? So many fascinating creations frolicking about. Yet, here I am, trapped with these climate records. If I don't receive a more stimulating assignment soon, my mind is like to crumble into dust. Oh, hi, Noko. We just... Where? What was the button again to... What was the amount to loop read? Yeah, it was /study. It doesn't fire. Oh yeah, because I'm not in a... Because I'm sitting. Sorry about the ads. Ah, oh, you too. I also recently activated the free. I recently activated the free trial of Turbo. But yeah, I'm on Elpis right now. I'm glad Hermes saw the flowers. Thank you, Kennedy. It will help. I hope today will be difficult for him. The prodigal familiar returns. Good. Yeah, I know. After causing all manner of trouble while we were in our meeting, I'm sure. Yeah. Were you able to get some rest? Please do not hesitate to let us know if you're feeling tired. I worry you might exhaust your scarce reserves of ether. Verdict and execution. Hermes appears solemn and sorrowful. An all too brief interlude, perhaps, but it is time I attend to my next task. As Emmett Selk and Hyphladeus are aware, we reached a verdict regarding the fate of the Lycaonis. 7 were created for observation, and all 7 must be unmade. Doros has followed the correct protocols, and as Chief Overseer I can find no fault in his judgment. The Lycaonis would disrupt the natural order, ravaging and consuming the other species until they themselves starve and perish. They cannot be released into the wild, and they cannot be allowed to remain here in Elpis. I intend to petition the Bureau of the Architect to have the concept preserved as a restricted purpose hazardous life form. Hyphladeus has pledged to support me in this endeavor. Yet whatever the Bureau decides, the existing Lycaonis will have served their purpose. Doros has already isolated the creatures, and is preparing to carry out the necessary measures. I will join him forthwith. It is my duty to witness the conclusion to this study. If you are resolved, then we have but to accompany you. Of course, let us be off. We return to the main aisle. I can tell Hermes is not feeling right with it, but alas, his hands are tied. Straight across, huh? No toenails. There they are. Doros? What's wrong? Wait. Only 4. Doros, are you hurt? What happened here? They caught me off guard. I had them bound with ethereal shackles. But they became frenzied, even more so than usual, and broke free. Say what this top 4. The other 3 escaped. I see them. 2 have taken to the air above the 12 wonders. The last is up ahead, lurking in the fields. You and Kadazi handle that one. The pair in the sky you can leave to me. If this is how it must end, then so be it. I will render assistance to Emmett Suck, unneeded though it is. Meteon, you are to stay here with Doros. But Hermes! The Lycaonists must be reverted. I would spare you their pain. And mine. This is my burden, not yours. But if you're intent on helping, then please follow my lead. Stay with her, Miss Knezzy. You'll need someone when the time comes. Oh, I don't like the sound of that. I don't like this sound. I appreciate your help and lament that it is necessary. There it is, our quarry. Within striking distance at present, but if it feels threatened, it may flee beyond our reach. Here's my plan. You will approach it slowly in full view and draw the Lycaon's attention. Now I warn you, its abilities are as fiery as its temperament. Once it spots you, it will unleash orbs of flame. But fear not. By my measure, you are more than equal to the task. Withstand the onslaught for a few brief moments, and that will give me time to catch it unawares. Ready? Then let us begin. I'll do a dot. Face on Lycaon and its fireballs. Fireball.
Now.
Now. Oh. That was impressive. Amazing.
Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace.
Uh-oh.
Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld. May you find tranquil seas. Be not forgotten. In concept endure. To reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own.
Live again.
Live again.
If that be your desire.
If that be your desire.
Sure, that's a good idea.
Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy. But leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high. Fly free.
Oh my.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Uh-oh.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction?
Uh-oh. Hermes.
I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Van Daniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts, I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
That is a tough question to ask.
Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Oh, poor Meteon.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
This feels like the end of the Elpis chapter, but I don't know if we are.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
Oh, don't tell me I have to explain shit to him. It's been quite the exciting visit for you thus far. Oh, you weren't injured, were you? Good, good. The other Lycaonians have been taken care of. The incident's resolved and life in Elpis continues as normal. Or ends, as the case may be. Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there's a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never as a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? He doesn't know. He doesn't know. And reapply the glamour plate because don't want to piss this man off. I don't know what answer he's searching for, or if it is within our power to give it. But I believe he would make a fine Van Daniel. That if he rejects us out of hand, we will all be lesser for it. Travelers at the crossroads. Oh, hi, Ivy. Hythlodaeus wishes to discuss plans for the remainder of your visit. Where to now? If there's anywhere you would like to visit before we leave, I should be glad to show you the way. Hermes has not yet outright refused his position with the convocation, merely postponed the decision. As such, I may as well resume my assessment. If we cannot accompany him, then I will content myself with questioning his colleagues. Yeah, ever the pragmatist, then allow me to remain your humble guide. What of you, Knazy? Will you continue along with us? Of course. Wonderful. Our fellowship travels on unbroken. I say we explore another part of Elpis and see what new encounters there are to be had. If you would follow me, we will first head back towards Anagnoresis. Meletos the Inscrutable. That's a fate. There's a fate. You heard my researcher. Prepare to die. Oh, that's an Inigo Montoya. The rustlings of murderous leaves. And a grip's got me. I got the attention of a grip's. Just run down the road. You're lurking. It's a cute emote, by the way. Oh look, there they are. Emmett and Hiflo. Didn't we part ways with Hermes not far from here? Given the size of Elpis, I expect our paths will cross again before long. From here, we follow the path north towards Notaneus. There we will find one of the nails which facilitate travel between the islands of Elpis. First-time travelers must be accompanied by someone with the requisite permission, which I have previously been granted. We only need to use the device together once, and henceforth you will have leave to use it freely. Shall we? Oh, that big boy is odd. That's a teleporter. Unless the need is pressing, I won't be tracking Hermes with my ethereal sight. 'Tis poor manners to spy on someone's comings and goings in such a fashion, so don't ask. Social conventions notwithstanding, perceiving ether requires deliberate and intense concentration, and we otherwise keep our eyes on the corporeal world. Here we are, Notaneus. This Neus will take us to Galimelos Zephyros, the western island. That's it right there, looming large over us. Step this way and we can soon admire the view from above.
I present to you Calamelios Zephyros.
Galimelos Zephyros. There we go.
Here you will find a number of testing facilities, as well as the observation hub of Poiton Oikos.
Poiton Oikos. There we go.
Right then. Let's begin by...
Oh, look, there is one of those.
Well, well. An Arraius.
An Arraius.
How delightful.
And what, pray tell, is that?
Ah, that's a new species of shark. We approved the concept but a few days ago. Sharks are among the most popular sea creatures. Rare is the day when someone does not submit a new concept.
Sharks.
At first, they were largely orthodox, consideration given to such things as size and environmental impact, and then a whimsical someone thought to bestow it with flight, another superior intelligence. And then the floodgates burst. Concepts with multiple heads, or arms, or legs, or
King
arms
Shark,
and
yeah.
legs, and so on and so forth. It was getting absurd. A part of me wanted to tell them to go away and find something else to create, but in the end, I couldn't deny their passion. And here we are.
What's that?
That was too close. Are you unharmed?
Hey, you seem familiar.
Well now, if it isn't a pair of familiar faces.
Banar, that we should meet you here.
Wait a moment.
As I mentioned earlier, the better part of the convocation holds that when we retire is when we return to the star. Well, she is not among said majority. Even after stepping down, she carries on with her work. Vanar is her name, and she is the previous Azem.
Oh.
It has been a while, Hythlodaeus. You look well. Less so, Emmet Selk. I dare say the lines upon your brow have both deepened and doubled in number.
I mean, you can if
A shame for one
if you
so
want
young.
free trial. It's
You
still,
must make an
you
effort
still
to
have free
frown less
trial,
often.
except if you already purchased the game.
Easier said than done, thanks to your unruly successor.
How is he, if I may ask?
The hell's you mean by that,
Incorrigible
Emmett?
as ever. Rushed headlong into a volcano on the brink of eruption just the other day. I should be glad to share the tale in its entirety later, if you're so inclined.
Oh, you know I am. Now then, you are?
Oh. Ah.
I say, have you perchance come from the future?
How do you know?
I do not believe we have ever met, yet I sense my magic upon you.
Wait.
Therefore, if I wove the enchantment, I could only have done so at a later point in time.
Wait, what?
What manner of magic is this, if I may ask?
A traveler's ward, of course. It prevents the corruption of one's ether.
Sounds rather like the blessing of light.
I see you are not ignorant to its presence. And while there are many protective spells, the one you bear is unmistakably mine.
Hold on. From the future? That's absurd.
Distant future, but what, 12,000 years? Give or take a few centuries.
What is it? Are you unable to speak of the matter?
Spoilers. The word is spoilers.
The reality to which you must return exists as a result of the final days. You cannot reshape the past to undo the tragedies of the present.
I literally cannot say.
So, your actions here will not change your history, but they may yet affect the course of ours. How very exciting. I'm quite fond of delving into the unknown, and there's naught more unknown than the future.
As is befitting of the Siege of Azan.
Until a moment finally arrives, we cannot know for certain what will come to pass, regardless of our supposed foreknowledge, so you needn't worry for us. More importantly, that you should go to such great lengths as to travel unto the past bespeaks the gravity of your quest. Will you not reveal it to us? Mayhap we can be of aid to your cause.
Uh-oh, Emmett's about to speak.
If this is true, then you've been keeping quite the secret to yourself.
Of course.
As a representative of the Convocation, I will hear it all. Your identity, purpose, everything.
I am the man who will kill you.
Why don't we move to a place more conducive to calm conversation? I've been working here for some days now at an old friend's behest.
Oh, and who might that
If
be?
it is agreeable, we may make use of my accommodation at Poiton Oikos.
Poiton Oikos. Boy.
We were meant to meet. I am certain of it. Else I wouldn't have marked you so clearly, and sent you unto myself in the past. It's precisely the sort of mischief I would get up to. And quite inspired, if I do say so myself.
I don't think you personally sent me. You didn't personally send me. Then, it was with the help of Elpis. And yet there I thought you were a harmless stray familiar. As far as I'm concerned, a nebulous talk of the future, this and changing history dance can wait. First, I mean to find out exactly who you are and what you hope to achieve here. The future. Our future. I am definitely curious to hear more. My apologies, but before we move along, a colleague has tasked me with a matter which I'd rather not leave unresolved. It involves finding a certain concept engraved crystal, and the quick-fingered Aureus, which made off with it. An Aureus, you say? I think we might have seen the culprit before being distracted by that business with the shark. Would you like us to follow its ethereal trail? It would, of course, lead us only to the Aureus. There's no guarantee that it hasn't dropped or stashed away the crystal you seek. Please. Even that much would be enormously helpful. While you are hunting down the thief, you can follow behind and scour the forest floor just in case. Could I ask you to join the search? I would appreciate another pair of eyes to cover the land to the west of here. My thanks. Many thanks. There is a small bridge leading to Poiton Oikos. Let us meet up there once we've exhausted our efforts. Melanian. Shit. There's the crystal. Now, up the hill and around. To Poitenoikos. The Asms, both mentor and student, are a force to be reckoned with. I find them a delight personally, but they have a habit of making Emmett Selk look as if he bit down on a sour grape. The problem you present is vexing enough without adding the old Asm into the equation. And if she wonders why these lines upon my brow grow deeper, when she herself wields the hammer and chisel. Our last searcher returns. I'm afraid the Arius no longer had the crystal, nor was able to find it as I followed in its wake. I don't suppose you fared any better. In fact, I found it. It looks beautiful. Crystal, well done. Wonderful. Now I can focus on your tale without that missing concept nagging at my mind. Have you always had a knack for finding things? Traveling and searching go hand in hand. You travel often then. It seems we have something in common. Long ago, when I held the seat of Azim, I was forever tracking back and forth across the star in search of answers to people's problems. Naturally, the need for such journeys has lessened considerably since I entrusted the position to my whimsical successor. Yet I am still eager to come running should an old acquaintance or new interest require my personal attention. That's what brings me to Elpis, in fact. Many times has my presence been requested, my opinion sought concerning the habitat of this or that creation. Agreeing to help locate that missing crystal was a minor distraction, which now promises to become a major revelation. How strange and wonderful it is, the way one thing leads to another, wouldn't you agree? A simple case of cause and effect. A past not yet come to pass. Thank you again for your timely help. Now then, 'tis time I returned this stolen property. If you would go on ahead to my accommodation, I will join you as soon as I have attended to that task. Follow the path straight ahead to the building at the top of the slope. I have the entire place to myself, and we can speak without fear of being disturbed or overheard. Melanip and Glafira. I always feel much better after taking a short respite to converse and debate with my associates. I consider it essential to exchange ideas with my colleagues regarding my observation work. Without such external stimulation, one has a tendency to lose the forest for the trees, so to speak. Pericles. What was on the agenda today? There was observing the abysses here, and after that... Wait. It's Enkidu. Metabaseos Talasai. Emmett Selk. Well, yes, this will be far more comfortable than interrogating you on the side of the road. You needn't be nervous about Vinar. Those white robes mark her as one of fair and impartial reasoning. Aside from the emissary Elidibus, such garb is worn only by those who have stepped down from public office to serve as advisors. Whatever you have to say, she will listen without judgment. Welcome to my temporary abode. Please, make yourself at home while I put on some tea. Tea. Spoken? Answers?
Ah, a wonderful aroma.
Or is it
I
questions
feel
now?
more relaxed already.
Would that I had sweetmeats to offer, but I travel light out of habit. There's plenty of hot water though, so please have as much tea as you like. Now then, will you tell us your tale?
Please tell me I can recite it as I want. The world has been sundered, broken into shards.
Why don't you start from the beginning?
That is the beginning. For me, at least. And so, I told him all about what happened, sparing as little detail as I am safe to. Safe. The mother crystal. Of Hades. Of the Asians. Of the part of Amarot, or the simulation thereof. And of course, the death of Zodiac, and the coming of the final days once more.
Preposterous. Utterly preposterous.
While not the words I would have chosen, I too have my doubts. Much of it borders on the incredulous. What of you, Vanar?
Well, or Vinar, the former holder of the seat of Azim.
Not knowing the precise details of the first final days, it is difficult to determine the veracity of the tale. Supposing it is all true, I must ask myself why I would do what I did.
Shit, I may
Why
have
would I feel I had no recourse but to oppose the 14 and create this Hydaelyn? Circumstances change, of course, but it would not have been an easy decision regardless. No, there must have been a reason. One compelling enough to force me to take such drastic measures. Then there is the Elpis flower, which I said would serve as a guide. That it's of import to your mission is plain, but your presence here leads me to believe that this place also holds significance. But what could it be? What are we meant to accomplish?
Might it not be simply thus? In the future whence he came, the final days could not be averted. Mankind has no choice but to flee the star. By alerting us to that eventuality, perhaps you wish to pave the way for other futures.
Theoretically speaking, it is a possibility.
Wait,
Yet if that were my primary objective, I see no reason to guide our friend to Elpis specifically. The capital and Amarot, or even my own home would be more logical destinations.
True, true. I note also that Hydaelyn did not specify a point in time to which he must return. By this, it may be inferred that it was not critical that we should meet.
Alternately, she had reason to believe that our paths would converge, coincidental though it may seem.
This is quite a puzzle. And we do not have all the pieces.
Hardly any. But we do have one immutable fact. If the final days are indeed as described, they will bring death to all that I hold dear. Yet despite being afforded long years of preparation, the only provisions I could make were for flight. Nay, my first and foremost endeavor would be to find a way to forestall the coming doom.
Given that even the 14 failed, mayhap you deemed it impossible.
Nothing is impossible. This I have always believed.
Exactly.
And if Hydaelyn is indeed me, she would believe the same.
Listen to yourself. Are you seriously entertaining the notion that you are a messianic figure in some far-fetched tale?
I have beaten the shit out of
I
you.
will not. I refuse to accept that our world could be undone by some unforeseen calamity. I also take offense to my portrayal as a megalomaniacal madman. To sacrifice oneself for the star is a noble act, and I would hold those who gave themselves to this zodiac in the highest esteem. Yet, you claim I recreated Amarot and populated it with phantoms of our people? A bizarre indulgence that would be insulting to their memory. Worse still, I even invited you there. Literally invited my own downfall. Why would I do something so idiotic and inexplicable?
Because you expected me to fail.
Now, I will allow that the hypothetical task of restoring our world would be daunting in the extreme. The thought of having to bear such a burden for 1,000 lives horrifies me. But I would never forsake my duty. I would never forsake my brethren. You do not know me.
Indeed, you...
I've had my fill of your fiction. I will return to my duty, and you will not bother me again.
Indeed, I do not know you.
Selk, wait!
Well.
You've seen much of Elpis already. If you have any observations to share, I should like to hear them.
Shite. I'm still trying to make sense of it all.
I see. Then for now, it might be best that we follow your lead and investigate he who will become Vandaniel. And if Dynamis is the selfsame energy as Akasha, as it likely seems, we would do well to learn more about it.
And for you to remember.
With that settled, it is time for action. The missing pieces of the puzzle are here, I'm certain of it. And when you find them, the picture my future self has painted will be complete, and you will have your answer. And
Yes.
suffice it to say, I will aid you in your quest.
Aw, thank you, Venar.
If Emmet Selk is the man Azum described to me, we've not seen the last of him.
Shall we begin our investigations then? I'm acquainted with Hermes, of course, but only as a visitor received by the chief overseer of Elpis. Of the man himself, I know only that which is common knowledge. Thus, I suggest we fall back on the tried and true method of conversing with the locals. The observers who live here can surely tell us more of Hermes and Meteon. And I have a good idea of where we might begin. Is there more? No blues. No more blues though. I need to go out. I just need to run up to the Aetherytes. Wait and oracles. There we go. Vena! See you, the woman standing in front of yonder building. Her name is Ismail. She's the one who made arrangements for my stay in Elpis. And from what I recall, she has held her position here for quite some time. Chances are she can provide us with some insights. Go and ask your questions. I will help with drawing out answers if need be. But I leave the choice of topic up to you. Following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending Doozy Finder registrations. Yes, let's ask. Babaya. Greetings, Ismin. My friend here is desperately curious about Chief Hermes, and I was wondering if you might indulge him. Certainly, Mistress Vidal. Anything to be of service. What do you wish to know? What kind of person is Hermes? I can only answer from my own experience, but I would describe him as a quiet man, reserved, you might say, and occasionally somewhat poor with his choice of words. His reticent nature, however, does not prevent him from carrying out his duties as chief overseer. The man is a walking archive when it comes to life forms. He can discuss any species in incredible detail and is the leading authority on concepts with the power of flight. I hope that answers your question. Was there anything else? Do you know of Meteon's abilities? It's no secret she is a highly unusual familiar. Of late, the chief often makes his rounds with her, like a mother hen raising her chick. I understand that she is able to read emotions and communicate directly with one's mind. Exactly how she was created with that talent, however, is a mystery to me. My apologies, I wish to explain her nature in more depth, but I have not the occasion to discuss it with Chief Hermes. Do you trust him? I beg your pardon, I've known Chief Hermes for many years. But I cannot say we were— oh, hi! Say we were close. He has never withheld information to the detriment of our duties, if that is what you mean. Forgive us, we seem to have veered slightly off course. Is there perhaps someone else who could tell us more about Meteon? That would be Timaeus. He has a similar expertise with flying concepts and is more than eager to discuss the subject. You'll find him conducting his observations on the banks of the stream, somewhere to the east. Oh, and unless you take particular joy in rambling discourse, I suggest you keep your questions concise. We shall keep that in mind. Thank you for your patience and your insight. Think nothing of it. If there's aught else you need during your stay, please do not hesitate to ask. Come, Kinesi. I think we've taken enough of his men's time. Vana! Our investigation's off to a fine start, wouldn't you agree? From here, I propose that we split up. I shall continue making inquiries with the resident observers. You could track down the colleague his man mentioned. While I did feel compelled to interject once or twice during the previous conversation, you seem more than capable of drawing forth the answers you seek. All I ask is that you watch your footing around the stream. We can meet back here once you finish speaking with Timaeus. Ruminations ramble. Heracles. Anyway, hi. I hope you're doing okay. Oh, Yes, I am Timaeus. But please keep your voice down. You'll startle the birds. I'll click another snooze. So, what is it you wish to speak about? What do you think of Chief Hermes' flying creations? Chief Hermes' work? A worthy subject indeed. Those beings which soar through the clouds, majestic and graceful, are ever a favorite of creators. Even now, with so many varieties in existence, the flood of newly imagined concepts continues unabated. What sets the Chief's creations apart, however, is how they benefit from his boundless knowledge of the celestial realm. Birds climb so high that they disappear from view. Others which traverse the boundless sky in moments, all without riding the currents. I know none save he who can conceive of such marvels. Even we who prize elegance of a form above all else are dumbfounded by his genius. Meteon too is a marvel then? My opinion on that matter should be superficial at best. Despite my admiration for Meteon as a concept, I've never delved too deeply into the inner workings of her nature. I know that she has a gift for communicating via emotions, but otherwise, her abilities are a mystery to me. If Chief Hermes should choose to submit Meteon's concept to the Bureau of the Architect, then will the design be registered for public scrutiny? Analyzing a colleague's creation before that step is frowned upon, to say the least. Of course, if he came to me, a fellow artisan, looking for advice, that would be an entirely different story. I could tell you more of Meteon's nature if you'd like. No. I did not just explain how that was frowned upon. I could possibly circumvent conventional practice by... unless you were sharing such information in hopes of receiving a constructive opinion on the application of advanced creation techniques, then I would be practically obligated to. And he rambles. Timaeus launched into a rambling and unstoppable deluge of justifications. You see, ethically, I have no choice but to allow you to disclose Meteon's lesser-known qualities. Dynamis and Entelekes. Those terms do sound vaguely familiar. Was there not a flower made here in Elpis which exhibited properties of one or the other? It must have been centuries since I last heard anyone speak of such things. And you must know, and you know how they relate to Meteon and her design? Then why bring up the subject? Flattered that you sought my insight, but I cannot afford to neglect my duties for the sake of idle chatter. Now, I really must return to my observations. Surely you have your own tasks to attend to. Wait, was I just... Oh, Venar has the quest complete. Ah, good timing. I finished my own investigations not long ago. So, have you any new findings to share? I see. Even an expert in the field had little understanding of Meteon's capabilities, let alone awareness of Dynamis. My questions resulted in much the same answers. Hermes' colleagues view Meteon as his personal project, and could provide no details beyond those which you just told me. Which leads me to believe the only person with any significant knowledge of Dynamis is Hermes himself. Yes, we've made some progress here, but more information is needed if we are to reach any definitive conclusions. Okay, witness to the spectacle. Stretch long. Venar is musing over your recent findings. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis, and the Entelekis which can control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth, except for Hermes, it seems. Thus I'm inclined to stay our current course, and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. And on that subject, was there aught else of note you can tell me about Meteon? Aside from her unorthodox method of communication. She and her sisters were created to journey the stars to search for intelligent life. I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? So these siblings of Halls now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unresolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue. One we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Parapatia Crystalline, not far from here. Just follow the path to the west. Parapatia Crystalline. Oh, Isle Surveyor. Kalimelios Sephiros. Nope, I cannot make my way up there. At least not by any shortcuts. Meaning I must actually follow the... Hey, a primordial hippoceph. Good to know those were already created at this point. This tower and the one further along are both part of Parapatia Crystalline, the facility where they archive all of Elpis' observational and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces. Which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lessons short and see what those two archivists have to share. If you find someone to speak with over at the other tower, I shall join you there anon. Kalimelios, there we go. You have questions for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointment. Indeed. So if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should then have sufficient data for our official records. Now, what was it you wished to speak with me about? The Chief Overseer's personal research project, and by that I assume you mean Meteon? Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Meteon appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Although I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Galeen shared with me. Galeen is my partner, and a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught the sight of Chief Hermes sending Meteon heavensward. A host of them. For several days she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. That sounds like a story I should like to hear. Hey, it's Venar again! Mistress Venar! I thought you had already returned to the surface. Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I've since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me with a retelling of this sight which so delighted your Galeen? Of course. Or you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. At present, she should be observing the subject in Metabasos Talasai. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans, recreated in such sublime detail. I imagine you must find similar joy in indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Venar. Even though such pursuits must continually and regretfully delay your return to the star. Indeed they do. 'Tis a rest well deserved and long overdue, should you think? How greatly have we prospered through the wisdom you accumulated during your travels as Azam? And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis of many techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, and none embody that nature with as much enduring passion as you. I dare say there's not a soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey. I will be honored. Well, shall we take this opportunity to meet with Galeen in person? Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. It'll take you up to the Skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. That would be most helpful, thank you. The other archivist said naught we hadn't already heard, but this story of Galeen's sounds promising. I have opened a path to the Skyway. Once you pass through the door, simply walk straight across to the next tower, and ask for admittance to the upper tier. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk straight across the Skyway, and you will find yourself at the entrance to Metabasios Talasai. Galeen will be eager to share her tale with you, I am sure. An approachable archivist. 477 Southeast. It's there. I'll do that after stream. The tower ahead is still part of Perpetua Crystalline. We'll need to ask for passage through to the upper tier. Mistress Venar, just passing through? Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always an observer or two out in the upper Skyway. Melios Zephyros. Antibasius Talasai is here. That door leads to the Falasai, but perhaps we can trouble this person for assistance with finding Galeen. Mistress Venar! I was not told to expect we would have prepared an official welcome. Please, there's no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Galeen, if that might be arranged. Ah, yes, Galeen, of course. I will inform her immediately. Ah, but she may be engaged in the testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. She'll let her know that your business is urgent. Now won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she's ready to receive us. Let's feel spoken.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view. What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
Some parts, yes. Others, not so much.
Dark, hidden places, rife with danger. Those have an altogether different, but no less powerful sort of appeal. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures?
Sure.
Not the portentous events which led you here, but the simple delights all your own. By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans. But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
Really? In that case, I will be glad to expound upon my story.
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it. Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart. Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word. As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us. born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity. When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me, an epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true, and a presence without, immense yet intimate, fate perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. As reassuring as it was intimidating, how keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath. I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning, and my purpose, my love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. The moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Do I get a dialogue? Uh-oh. I may have just pushed a button.
Pray forgive my lateness.
Oh.
My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteon. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, I did. It was in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation.
I've delayed the ads even more.
As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone. Like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up. Then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteon, the Matea, rather.
Matea.
There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me. that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though. He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
Please. So these towers are bigger on the inside, and the doors can be linked to... and two exterior doors can be connected to each other. Another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we learned thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his research to others, which suggests that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former, we should consider the latter to be the more likely possibility. Proceeding under that assumption, our next step should be to divine why, or even if, he might desire such a terrible fate for our star. I have a guess. The man's depressed. I'm running ads now, because it's way past due for that. Four, 0, 6, northeast. Damn it. $215 yalms. 169 yalms. It's this way. $135. 95 west. I have visual. And jump. Okay. And we're back from the ads, so I'm gonna go back to Poitin Oikos and continue the quest. Elpis Boreas. Metabasos Talasai. I don't know Greek. Worthy of his back, Vinal has a new course of investigation in mind. Should I like to visit the site from which Hermes set forth to Metea? If we are fortunate, we might find some hint of what drives this research of his. Galeen said she spotted him in the southeast, rising from an isle she could see from the edge. If we stand at the same vantage point, it should not prove too difficult to locate the isle in question. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, that's actually going to push me up to the... That's actually going to push me up to level 90 already. Now, if I were to conduct some mystery research, where would I go? What about that one? Yeah, have you the means to fly? It's quite a distance away. Inconvenient, but hardly an insurmountable problem. To me, Argos. It's the dog! My friend, would you mind creating a double to carry Kinesi over to that island? Stubborn creature, there's no place on this great star we have not together traveled, and yet here he remains obstinate in the presence of strangers. Argos has rather exacting standards, I'm afraid. You've ridden him before. You're before, meaning my after. Not at all confusing, that. Interesting. 'Tis certainly not unthinkable. Speaking of the here and now, there's a quick solution for us in to face off in a sparring. It's for us to face off in a sparring match. You want me to fight you? Demonstrate to him that you are capable of holding your own against me in battle, and you should convince Argos that you are worthy of his back. And besides, it might even teach you a thing or two in the bargain. You seem doubtful. But useful lesson or not, it will certainly be a moment to remember. A memory of the distant past to cherish. What say you, traveler out of time? Choose your battlefield. I admire your confidence. Clear your mind and prepare your weapons. I will await you at the clearing over yonder. We get to fight Venar. Venar, she who would be... Oh, it's a solo duty. Shall we begin? Be warned, I will not go easy on you. Sword and shield, baby!
Let neither side hold back. My blade sings!
Here comes Senegal! Psych! Enomotos!
My blade sings!
Somehow I am actually holding my own.
Impressive. I shall have to try something different.
Hussar's mantle. Oh! Switch to dancer.
No quarter.
Horse in thirds.
Have a taste. I see you won't be easily overcome, but neither will I.
Oh, gone to black mage, I think? Nope, white mage. Arrow 4.
yourself!
Atlantis. So holy. Luckily, I know how to. There, I'm hitting fuck. Super fuck. If I can pass this.
We've only just begun. Come at me
Eros'
with your
mantle.
all.
To a sword and shield. That's warrior. Or is paladin? Paladin. Link.
Very well. Let us move to the final trial.
Oh, come on, you have to... Selema. Selema Agape. Don't tell me this is like... Don't tell me this is Enrage. Uh-oh. Oh, shite. Uh-oh. Binding.
Break your chains, shed your burdens, and
Show me
your
the strength
of
of will. Active time events. Or was that just dead? I live.
You still stand. The people of your time are more resilient than I had dared hope. I have seen enough.
Was that scripted to survive, or was that just... If the bar had filled to 100, it would have been... it would have been a wipe. Got it. It was just... Those orbs are basically the DPS check.
'Twas my intent to finish it, but clearly I underestimated you. One would think I never learn. I made the same mistake with Azam when we first sparred. Despite being less than half my age, his strength was astounding.
Probably where I got it from.
As is yours. 'Tis plain you have weathered considerable hardship. Far more even than your tales would suggest. It seems we have both learned much on our journeys.
Well. There we have the split. All right, Argos.
Well now, I dare say he has warmed to you.
Again. Or...
A boon to be sure. He never forgets his favorites, and is ever eager to come to their aid.
Wait, is that why you came to my aid? Argos will soon have us standing on the very spot where the meteor made their departure into the night sky. With luck, we will learn something of Hermes' intentions. My hope is that we find no connection, no festering wish for oblivion. Then we might have Hermes and his considerable expertise working for us rather than against us. Come on, Rogue 9! Hey, I got Forked Raiju! Which one triggers Raiju ready? A flower upon your return. Venar has Argos and his double at heel. Let us move over to the edge before mounting, shall we? That will allow Argos to catch the currents rising up from below and give us a smooth ride over to the isle. Climb onto Argos' back and we can be off. Argos is back and we can be off. You know, I honestly cannot remember the last time he carried anyone but me. Let's go! Run, 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 run. No, it's a Forion. Now, what was the name of that tree? No, it's something. Ah! No, I thought. No, it's a Forion. Quite a striking specimen, is it not? Brace yourself for the landing. I wouldn't want you tumbling off at the last moment.
Quite a small place, lacking even the most basic equipment. The present may yield no clues, but we may yet try perusing the past. Have you done this before?
I haven't.
So you cannot control the power freely. Worry not. I shall assist you.
When are we going?
Come and stand before me. There are two ways to see the past. The first entails peering through the walls of the soul in the moment a subject is recalling a memory.
The
The
echo.
second requires no subject, and is instead a process of piecing together an event from ripples left in the ambient ether. As memories are etched upon the ether of the soul, so too are they etched upon the ether of the world. In this way can history be preserved. Such memories are given to fading, however, and can prove challenging to visit. But come, let us try. Close your eyes.
There we have it. It was the echo.
All units fully functional and proceeding on course towards their respective stars. Estimated time to completion of survey is 108 cycles. End of status report. Severing connection with shared consciousness. Did you hear that, Hermes? All is well.
Oh.
Yes. Good tidings at long last.
The medium we've seen so far is the control plane.
Every step of the way, I've been reminded how little we understand creation. How the universe defies imagination.
But soon we won't need to speculate. We'll know the answers. What others live for.
Indeed. And we'll owe it all to you and your sisters.
I wonder what answers we will get.
Whatever intelligent beings that exist out there are bound to be vastly different from us. Diverse in form and culture. Possessed of unique ways of thinking. Their conception of life and its purpose will be no exception. Completely and utterly unlike ours.
Utterly unlike... how?
I have no idea.
idea.
Yet whatever answers we receive, I will not dismiss them out of hand. No, I will think earnestly on them all. And I will share them with our people, that together we may contemplate our own existence. Perhaps then our star will become a better place. Not only for man, but for all life. Meteon, as though I gave you wings to soar the heavens, I did not teach you how to walk the earth. So loath was I to bind another living being. In the course of your long journey, you will learn from those you meet. Learn to walk and run and so much more. And when you return, older and wiser, we will have a celebration to mark your homecoming and coming of age both.
Will there be apples? Covered in syrup?
And how are you supposed to eat them? Rather than food, perhaps
Emotion.
a flower. Yes. Upon your return, I will gift you a beautiful flower.
The Elpis flower.
So, what is your opinion?
Hmm. Hermes wouldn't wish for the final days.
I'm inclined to agree. As we had suspected, the two are somehow involved. Yet 'tis difficult to believe that they would deliberately seek to end all life. In light of this, I propose that we reveal your tale to Hermes himself. If he does not wish for the final days, as we believe, he may well join us in pursuing
A solution.
Then it is settled. Let us seek out our friend with all swiftness. 'Twould not do to let such a pure soul be blackened by tragedy.
There are a number of places where Hermes might be in Elpis. But we could do worse than to look in Catesis Hyperborea, the largest facility. It stands in Emphasis Natikos Boreas, the Northern Isle. Wondercrazy for an institution which claims to seriously research every species destined for release into the world. Did you not question how they find room for them all on so few islands? The answer lies in Catesis itself. I touched upon the practice before back in the archives, where the vast area is stitched together out of multiple conceptual spaces. The same holds true for the interior of this facility and its magically constructed environs. 'Tis there, within those sprawling habitats, that the chief overseer and most of Elpis' observers conduct the bulk of their work. Come, the simplest route is via the Neos north of Poetinoikos. But I think it wise to call it here for tonight. Oh! There are the two blue quests. I'll do those on my Steam Deck. I'll run into town and stand by the Aephorite. Goodbye. Let's find someone to raid. Gotta go to my stream manager. Cities. This is Hyperborea. Let's go raid out to... Yeah, I have an idea. Let's say hello to Miyazaki, who's currently doing art. Good night, everyone.